What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bangers Only podcast. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel. We got a new episode every Friday. And hope you guys enjoy this one.
No intro. We're diving right into it. This week we are
we ain't got the time. We ain't got the time to waste time. So let's just hop into it right now. Who are we gonna start off with? Who do you want to start off with?
Okay. Well, first of all, we're talking about two artists, Savannah Cristina and Emeryld. Let's start off with Savannah Cristina.
Oh, you want to hit it hard? Okay.
So she's 23.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Florida. She's a R&B singer, and I'm interested to hear what you have to say because I recommended her as an artist to speak about this week.
You did. So she has like two albums. They're like really short. I don't really know if I can call them like a full. Yeah, they're albums. They are. She's got a bunch of like random singles just chilling out there, you know, and some of them she just threw into her albums anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it was whatever. Mango Season, I really liked Mango Season. That album. She obviously does well with her R&B like style.
Yeah.
But I like how she mixed, like, it's not like that old R&B that we used to hear, like the early, like the late 90s R&B, early 2000s stuff. It's like that new R&B, if you know what I'm talking about.
It's kind of like a mix.
Yeah, she like has that, but like she mixes it with trap beats.
Yeah, like she has a very like retro R&B kind of voice, but like the production and like the instrumentation is very modern.
Yeah. Like when I was listening to at least Mango Season, I was like, I was getting huge like Ari Lennox like inspiration at least. I was like, wow, like this is pretty close to what I think Ari does all the time.
Yeah.
The production on this album, for her being such like a low key artist, like I thought it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree. The production's actually pretty good on a lot of her stuff.
Mm-hmm. And her vocals are clear and it fits with the song, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if you kind of got this, but in the sense of like the vocal runs that she does and like the way that she like contrasts with the instrumentation of her tracks, it kind of reminds me of Giveon a little bit. Just like their style they're very similar.
Well, I know like the way like, you know, Giveon contrasts with his songs is just because he has a really deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I felt like her vocals like blend, like I feel like they blended really well and they like sat well with the song.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of did a complete 180 for me in Florida Girl.
I agree. I personally like my favorite tracks of hers are majorly the singles that came out like prior to the albums.
Yeah. 100%.
Because I don't think her albums have much of a like concept to them, and they don't, like, an album doesn't need a concept, but like these albums, both of them to me kind of felt like just I don't know, compilations of songs.
Yeah, they just felt really weirdly put together. Except, you know what? I did like the way Mango Season was put together. Like I really liked the intro song with it was Peace. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
I liked Soulja. That one was good. And then like Go Baby, it was like track 6.
Oh yeah.
These were all, I like that one mainly because of the way they were able to make the like bongos or congas, whatever they used. Like they made them sound nice and it fit. It wasn't like, they weren't too bright at all. Like, and like, I don't know if it was like live bongos or congas, but it sounded really good.
Yeah, I agree. I like Mango Season more as well.
100%. I did like her single Belong to the Streets.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that one was really good. It was just like heartfelt. You know, it's like, dude, like there's a lot of people that go through what she was singing about in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? basically saying like you just finished with one girl and now you're coming to hang out with me. Like, what the hell? You know? I liked her Self-Care single.
Yeah,
that one
that's
was
one
good.
of my favorites.
Rebound was cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Rebound was really cool.
I remember one day I saw the music video for that, and it was her literally like singing on a basketball court.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I like the song. It's good.
Something she does kind of often, or I guess not too often, is she'll rap on her songs, which I think she does like a really good job at, because it's not like your typical like, you know, R&B chick who sings but also raps sometimes. It's very like classy in her approach. It's very smooth. Like whenever she starts, like she transitions from like a hook to like start rapping, I'm always like, oh damn, like she's actually doing that and it sounds really good. Like on the song One Night Only, I actually love that song. The first verse, she's just like, she goes in. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard for a girl to like rap and not sound like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I think she did a good job like having her own sound and not trying to sound like all the other female rappers we know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And there's a lot of people too that can't rap. They just shouldn't do it. Like, you know, we talked about Rex Orange County, and it's like, dude, like you should not be rapping.
Yeah.
You know, like just stick to your singing. It's your best asset. Just keep doing it. But she does a good job at both.
Yeah, because she doesn't try too hard. It's very like smooth.
Mm-hmm. She's talented. You know, you don't have to go overboard. But I think, I did like her song "Comfortable," her single that she came out with this year.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It felt more like how, like, it felt like her sound, if that makes sense. Like, that felt very Savannah Cristina to me, from what I've heard from like her older singles to her Mango Season album. Like, it sounded very Savannah Cristina, you know. But then she hit Florida Girl, and I was like, what?
Yeah. There's this song, you know the song "Played Yourself." I really did not like that song. Like, I strongly dislike that song.
Can we go on to Florida Girl now? Are we ready to?
Yeah.
All right. So you could go ahead. You could talk about that song if you want.
Well, I don't really know like where to start with it. It's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of just a weird song. Like the dude that's in the background just like yelling "walk" all the time kind of has me dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. It's the dude that's featured on there has an awful verse. Like, it's just whatever he does on there, it's Young Gordon. Like, bro.
Yeah, bro, just fucking chill. You know,
I did not like that song.
It was so cringe. But here's I guess my big point, or not my point, but just like what I took away from this album and just like how I felt listening to it. Like, I view the order of tracks in an album like a lineup in baseball. And like, I don't know if you know anything about like lineups in baseball, but
I don't.
Like, your first song is like your leadoff hitter. He's the first guy that's gonna go up there and hit for you guys, right? And really, you want this guy to get on base, because then you have your second hitter and your third. They're going up there and they're strong and they're just gonna keep that flow going, right? And then by your fourth song, or your cleanup hitter is what they call him in baseball, is like, he's gonna like, whoever got on base from your first three, he's gonna bring him in. Why? Because he's a power hitter. He's gonna clear those bases. He'll probably get like a double, right? Or he'll get a single, but he'll bring the guy in from first all the way home somehow. You know, like, that's why they call him cleanup. He's gonna clear those bases for you, right? And like, for me, like, if I get to song number 4 and I'm not already hooked and I'm not like into this piece of work, like, dude, I'm out. You know? And what sucked with this album was, you know, I didn't really get into the album till like track 7. You know, like she didn't get me with her intro with Trust, because that was like, you know, an earlier song, so I wasn't really excited for that.
Yeah, like I had already heard it, but I do like that song.
Yeah, it's a good song, but like I wasn't really into it because I was like, I've heard it. And then Say You Do was whatever. Played Yourself, we already talked about that nonsense. But like the rest of the songs in this, even like the Florida Boy acoustic version, like I didn't need the acoustic. Like why put the acoustic version at number 5 and not put it at the very end as like a bonus?
Yeah, and then you hear the acoustic version before the actual version.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense.
The actual version's the last track.
Yeah, I was so confused. And like it's tough to say that an album can be overproduced, but this one totally was for me. Like in this album specifically, she loved using her pans. She loved like recording 20 times and like panning everything left and right and having it jump around, but it didn't work. It really was. I didn't like it, and I felt like it was a really big step backwards for Mango Season.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Like you can definitely overuse that type of thing, and also I feel like she used like heavy reverbs on her voice like all the time, and it was just
heavy
kind of
reverbs.
Jeez.
And some weird EQs also.
Yeah.
Like,
because some of the songs would sound very different from one another, and like when you're making an album, you kind of want the songs to like not necessarily sound the same, but like have similar production behind them, so it's not like, wait, am I listening to the same project as you're going from song to song? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know, we could classify this more as a mixtape, which it kind of felt like. You know, just everything everywhere. But like I said, I didn't really get into this album till like track 7. Like even then, like it wasn't that great of a song, but it was a song I liked the most on this album, which was Get Right. Because why? It sounded like Savannah Cristina. It was like R&B mixed with trap, and she made it work for her with her voice. And it just, dude, I don't know, I was very let down.
Yeah, I feel you. It also, for every song to kind of be like you're kind of waiting to get through it, you know, like trying to find something new that like actually excites you. It's hard that it's like 11 tracks, you know what I mean? Like I feel like the length of Mango Season being 8 tracks is like just so much better.
Way better, dude.
You can just like focus on it.
Yeah, I don't know. And honestly, I didn't really even like Florida Boy. So when I mean, I don't know, like it just wasn't my favorite at all. Like I didn't even like the original. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the song either.
I didn't like the song at all. And then the acoustic version, I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's tough for me is like, you know, when these artists have decent songs or they start off really well and then something happens, and I don't know if it's them, you know, trying to be courageous and try something new, or, you know, their sound changed and they like the sound better. But it's like, you know, if you like the sound better, like try to make it also sound better. Yeah, you know, like there's a way to make the panning work, but I don't think she got it down in this one.
No. I mean, I'd say generally like she has pretty decent production, especially on like the singles. Like
the singles are way better than
good.
Florida Girl combined.
Yeah. I agree. But I mean, overall, I like her sound a lot. I think she has a really kind of smooth and just like chill sound that it's pretty hard not to enjoy when it's like well, like done well, produced well as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And so yeah, I think check her out. I'd recommend One Night Only and Self Care, probably my 2 favorites.
Yeah, Soldier's good, and I like Peace on Mango Season. Both of those. Yeah, those are my recs. So yeah, Emeryld, you ready?
Yeah, we're moving on to Emeryld now. Start us off with some background.
I didn't actually write that down. I was just gonna go for it. I could do it real
Well,
quick. Let me see.
I know that she's from
Unless you got some
Dallas,
stuff.
and she's 22. So
She's
both
young,
her
bro.
and Savannah are around the same age. Which I actually thought that they were older for some reason, just by like listening to their music. Especially Savannah. Like I thought Savannah was older because I don't know why, but I did.
Yeah.
But anyways, Emeryld, you recommended her.
Yeah, she's currently in LA now. Like this is like her home right now while she's making music. I recommended her because I love her voice. It's like soft, but like it can also like get you in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll put you in your feels, and I don't know. I think she does a really good job with her production.
Yeah, I agree. And the choices for that stuff is very consistent, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very kind of like ambient R&B, but like very jazzy and like bluesy inspired sound, I'd say. And the drum patterns are always like that kind of like sped up lo-fi patterns. You know what I mean? And then, cause like, I don't know if you noticed this, but like her beat selection is very similar to the stuff that I like for myself.
Yeah.
Like when I was listening to her songs, I was like, these beats are hard. I would love to write on something like those.
Yeah. Every time like I do hear these beats, I'm like, dude, Clark could do something nice right here, you know? Like that's
Someday.
how I feel. Maybe, man. Honestly, someday soon. But like I had never listened to like some of her older stuff. I mainly stuck with her Young EP. Because that's like the first song I heard from her was Hope You're Happy with Earth Gang. So like that was a song that got me hooked on her, and I was like, all right, bet. So I checked out the rest of the Young EP, and I was like, damn, like I really like all these songs. And
it's a good EP.
Yeah, she kept it consistent. And what was your favorite song from her? Let's break that down.
My favorite song from her, that's hard. I think it'd either be Running or Dinner Party.
Running was great.
I really like those. For Running, I love that feature. That feature is great. I don't know who that guy is. P Black.
P Black. 2Ks.
Yeah, but he did his thing on there. And but she also, I mean, it's her song. I just loved everything about that song.
Yeah,
and
Dinner Party was really good.
Yeah, Dinner Party.
Surprised me.
I just loved the sound of it. You know, like it was very bluesy, and then that little piano / guitar solo at the end, it just like tied it together so nicely for me.
Yeah, I think my most fun song that I like from her is Honeybee.
Yeah, you showed me that one.
With that,
and I don't know
sample.
if you remember.
Yeah,
there was, so the second I heard it, I was like, wait, I've heard that sample before. And then I realized it was from a song called It Ain't Easy by LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Yeah. Which is like a total ass, but
yeah, I remember we were in the studio and I played it. You were like, bro, hold on. And you searched it up and we listened. I was like, this is the same sample, but this song is garbage. What are we listening to?
It's so funny though. Like it's just the most random thing. Like LeBron and KD on the track together.
Yeah, it was so whack. I hated it. But Honeybee is great because like the production on that, I really like the production, like just the way they were like, you know, processing her voice and manipulating it, you know, to a lower register, going high. It just sounded, it was really good, you know?
Yeah, I really liked what she did on that song.
Did you get a chance to check out that Sweet Amnesia song?
No, I didn't. I forgot that you had sent me those two other ones when I was like listening to her, and I didn't get a chance to listen to those two that you sent me.
Dude, Sweet Amnesia was something else. Like it wasn't even the fact that the song itself was produced really well. It has like a pop kind of sound, like a kind of like a honeybee type of vibe to it. Super fast paced, but like the message she's like saying in there, she's like, if it would feel really good to forget about you. You know, you've put me through a lot, and it would just like, you know, feel really good to forget it all. And that's really what she's talking about.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, definitely do. I think it's one of my favorites. And again, I found I found that one by accident too. I was like, wait, this is Emeryld, because I was listening to the song. It was like on the Spotify radio, and I was like, hey, I know this voice. Who is it? You know? Yeah. And I was like, all right, Emmy. You know, I like to call her Emmy for some reason. I just do. It's faster. But let's see. Production quality overall from like her EP, like just the Emeryld EP, which is Dinner Party, Never Know, and Smoke and Mirrors, and then her Young EP, like production quality, where do you think it's at?
You know, honestly, I'd say it's pretty consistent throughout. Like, I never really heard it like from the beginning, like starting when the first song I heard was Running. Like, I didn't hear like a drastic like change in quality in terms of like how good it was or how not good it was, and it was always pretty good in my opinion.
Now, would you take would you take Emeryld over the Young EP?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
I just thought that the Young EP was like, it just felt more coherent in a way. Like it kind of felt very well stitched together, and like it was a really easy listen. You know what I mean? Like it, not saying that, you know, Emeryld wasn't, but
I wish it was longer.
Emeryld?
Yeah, I wish Emeryld was longer.
Yeah, I mean 3 songs.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like that was kind of a stupid question to ask you because it's only 3 songs compared to like the other one that has 6.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really feel like an EP. It kind of just felt like I was listening to 3 songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But nah, dude, like you said, like it felt very coherent and everything like worked to get together. You know, and like this is what I was saying about picking your songs, putting them in the right order for it to make sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
I think she did it. Like Do It came in hard. You were like, all right, you know, she showed some skill, and then she like kind of, I feel like she stepped it up like a step with Hope You're Happy, you know, and having the feature with Earth Gang and both of those guys, like that was really cool.
Yeah. And because that song also, I mean, I'm sure she knew what it would do.
Yeah. And then Young was a single that she released, right? And then she put it in at number 4 because it was a banger already, and she put it in at spot 4, right? Yeah. She cleaned it up right there. That's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's a science when you have to. It's hard putting songs in an order that you want people to listen to.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's fun though. Putting songs,
it's
especially like thinking about songs like collectively in a work. It's like sometimes you'll hear a song and you'll be like, this song sounds like a really great third song on an album. Like, do you ever do that? Because I do that so often. Like it's just, I don't know. Some songs have certain energy levels that would work in a certain spot on a body of work, and I think that the Young EP acknowledges that, and all the songs I feel like are perfectly placed.
Yeah. I also felt like the content she was singing about, I mean, yeah, you know, it's the basic like singing about a dude or a relationship. I mean, it's not
very typical
anything,
for the genre.
Yeah, very typical, but it's like feel like she does a very good job doing it.
Yeah.
None of the songs felt like, gosh, I have to just get through this. At least to me, it didn't. Like you said, really. It was an easy listen for most of her songs, and you're just like, all right, I'm with it. For sure, I'm with it. Yeah.
If I could give like one kind of like, I don't want to say like criticism, because it's not. It's just like an opinion I have.
Mm-hmm.
On the song "Hope You're Happy," I like the song, but I feel like it would work better with like a quicker drum pattern than what it had. Because like when I first heard that like piano at the beginning, I was like expecting something else that kind of more upbeat. Because then again, like when you're listening to the song with the slower pattern, the hook repeats 3 times without any like alterations to it at all. Like it feels like it's copied and pasted 3 times. And by the 3rd time I was like, okay, I've literally heard this section of the song. And it's not how like it builds throughout the song and it's like something different happens each time, but like I just felt like it was a little slow at times.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's kind of a lengthy song. It's like 350. I can agree with you that I wish they were a little bit faster, but I feel like it kept the bounciness of the song,
Mm-hmm.
Like it kept like a flow, like a decent like bounce to it, which I can appreciate,
Yeah, I just like for some reason when I heard that piano at the beginning, I was just kind of expecting something else, and wanted something else. But I still liked the song.
Yeah, I think the other one I liked was Cellophane was cool. I just like what they did with her voice in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And just like, I don't know, it was really cool. They just made it sound good. Like you could still hear all the like articulation in her voice, and then she came in and started singing. You're like, all right.
Yeah, I like that.
There's another slow one. It'll get you in your feels,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like, at least this week when we were listening and, preparing for this episode, like I felt like it was kind of like a burden to have to listen to Savannah Cristina, because it took me, she started off strong because I went to the very bottom of her stuff to see like all her older stuff. So that's how I listened all the way up. So I started to see the progressions of like where she was going. And it didn't feel like a burden at first because I was like, I'm excited for this. Like this, she sounds really good right here. And every time, leading up to Florida Girl, I was excited. And then I got to Florida Girl, I was like, let's do this. And then I was like, oh no. Like I heard the first couple and I was like, hold on, I got to stop. It took me a while and it just felt like it was hard to want to like, say I got to get through this, but I did it, Yeah,
and no, I mean, I needed a break when I was listening to that album as well.
Yeah. But you know what? Like I can appreciate the musicianship of both of these artists.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, totally.
So 100% I would recommend Emeryld. Recommend, Dinner Party. Solid one. Honeybee if you're looking for something more upbeat. Sweet Amnesia if you're looking to party. And then Cellophane if you're in your feels.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, do you have anything else to say?
Not really. I mean, I feel like I got my thoughts across. There's not a whole lot of music.
There's not much to talk about, but what we can talk about, like, there's some content.
Yeah. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and maybe you find some new artists that you like, as always. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like, you know, these are just our opinions of, you know, these artists and their music. It's not,
Yeah.
we're not trying to discourage you. If, like we always say, it's like, these are our opinions, and we encourage you to go and listen to them for yourselves and, you know, make your own opinions. Share them with us. You know, let's talk about it.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think that's about to do it for us. So, I'm Adrian.
I'm Clark.
Catch you guys next week.
See ya.